when a student or a kid or really anyone in life like reaches out and they're like, hey, I need help with like anything, don't like dismiss it.
Hi, I'm Sophia Megert and a recent graduate from South Eugene High School. This project, Girls Supporting Girls, is intended to highlight the experiences of youth during the pandemic and as we transition back into some semblance of normalcy. I wanted to create a safe space and comfortable space for girls to engage in discussion with someone their age, me. Ultimately, I hope Ophelia's Place and other youth-serving organizations will be able to use this project to better understand and address the needs of teenagers. We are living through many different struggles, whether local or global phenomena, and through all of that, these girls are expected to be normal teenagers living through normal teenage experiences. I first learned their opinions about the biggest challenges our world is facing.
I'd probably say the whole Ukraine thing, and should I say COVID?
It would be the pandemic and the Ukraine war.
Like people of color still having to live in like kind of walk around being like more self-aware, like having to like be more self-aware in like what you're doing and who you're with, and making sure you're not in the wrong situation at the wrong time or just wrong place at the wrong time. Like that's definitely still an issue that I see, and I sometimes like have that like issue, like I get a little scared about things.
Then we discussed how these girls are managing being a teen at the same time.
I think it's kind of a lot to like worry about, but I mean, I'm kind of like gotten used to some of these things and gotten used to, still doing my schoolwork and everything.
I feel like I am learning how to have balance right now. I'm not really sure 100% how I'm doing it. I'm just like making sure that I'm not constantly reading about like horrific things, and I make sure I'm not constantly letting it just consume me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I've been I've said taking breaks from just I can read the articles and be informed what's happening, and then I can take a little break.
I mean, spending time with people in person, having that connection, that's just made things better for you overall.
Yeah, it's made me a lot happier. I know that. During the pandemic, when it all started first, I was very depressed because of it.
Finally, I learned what these girls would want adults to know and how they can better support youth as they're dealing with these big issues.
I also think mental health the past couple of years has been really it's been very important, and there's adults that are really helpful and then there's adults that aren't very helpful. So I feel recognizing when someone's asking for help, they definitely probably need help,
I just understand the social difficulties, and that it's been hard for people to just be able to just have a conversation with someone.
I think just talking would support. Talking about that and be you will be safe here, nothing will happen. I think that would work. Probably recommend giving teenagers some space, because if they feel too claustrophobic, then they might want to bad things come from it, run away.
Right. Yeah. So do you think there's any way that adults can help prevent that kind of stuff from happening, or do you think it's simply just understanding that that teenagers need space?
Probably understanding that they need space. I myself need space from my home because I haven't gotten out a lot. But definitely some space.